First Watch Now.
What you need to know from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Hosted by Cochise County Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler. First Watch on 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Hello, everyone.
All right, Super Bowl, are you happy?
The Eagles won, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Not even.
Little fracture in the booth today. I feel the tension, Grady. I feel it. My counterpart to the right here.
I don't know what to tell you. When we were talking about this, I knew I should have put the money on the table.
You know, that just, I mean, the Eagles had that.
Really?
They did, though.
Are you going to say that's a bad call?
No. No, I won't go there.
Okay,
but
good.
They had it. They got back on their heels, and I tell you, the Chiefs, you can't sit on a team that well. This is a Super Bowl, two of the best. And so the Eagles had it. You know, there's a little bit of celebration for the NFC side. That's the only reason I'm supporting them. But, yeah, they let it go. They, like a kite, got in the wind going by.
And you got to go to the Super Bowl, albeit a day later.
I did. I left at 3 in the morning, hours after the Super Bowl was over, because I had an interview up there early in the morning. And so it was kind of cool because I pulled in, and security was all there. And it was still, the energy was there. It was pretty neat. So security asked who I was. I identified myself, said I have an interview, and, go on in. So it was really neat seeing it afterwards, absent the people, and walking around. And just pretty impressive. I mean, the amount of work and the effort that goes in to put that Super Bowl on is pretty impressive. I mean, you see it on TV, but then when you see it in real, it was pretty cool. And doing the interview with the background of the Super Bowl, I thought that was neat. So that's an interview that I made sure. I left here at 3 in the morning. So it shows you the determination as I slept my way up to Phoenix.
Well, let's talk about a VIP that came to Cochise County.
So we were notified a couple weeks ago about a congressional tour coming in, and then Saturday got the call about it would be the Speaker of the House. And again, somebody told me yesterday, and I was in a meeting, say, Sheriff, you know how important this is? I go, and we get a lot of VIPs, so I don't get into all the VIP stuff, but and that's not to be disrespectful, but they said that's the number 3 person if the president or vice president, can't fulfill their job. And I said, well, that's the way to look at it, but I don't look at it that way. He's a person that was elected, just like sheriffs, mayors, all of us, to serve communities and country. So, but it was the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. We met him. We did a round table. The mayor of Sierra Vista, Clea McCall, the mayor Douglas. So many people were there. Ann English from the Board of Supervisors, myself, the county attorney's office, and we had a round table. Some community folks were there, and it was very productive. It was non-political, which I was kind of wondering where that was going to go, but it was non-political. We talked about solution. We talked about working together. At the bottom line, it's the community that we're serving. So I was very impressed with. We went to the border. I did an introduction down there. Most media I've ever seen at any event we've had here. Most media. It was almost like crowd control for the media. Because I went to do the introduction, and people were like, stop, because they weren't ready. And there's already a group there, and they started pushing back and forth the media. And I'm like, whoa, you all. Whoa. It was that tight. So after I did my introduction, I had the mayor say, Clea McCall say a few things. Then I kind of snuck away. It's like, okay, this is enough. But I rode with the speaker in his Secret Service armored vehicle. That was kind of a treat, I'll just say. But then went down the border, spent 30 minutes, came back. I left. He had to do a press conference, but I had some other events to go to. But it was nice to have him here. We'll see where it goes. People have asked me, well, it's just a political stunt. I will say this. I mean, I'm not saying there's not politics involved. Let's be real. But the bottom line is here. That's an action item. I mean, 3 weeks ago, I testified in front of Congress. I know they're going to testify. They're bringing a field judiciary committee to Yuma for a local community hearing next week. Again, as long as you're putting action behind the words, it's hard to criticize. It really is. Let's see if we can get something done, because as Congress points back and forth, and that was a big message, by the way, is Congress needs to do their job, and the federal government needs to do their job and help protect these communities on the border and beyond.
And so with that being a major event you have several other things that are going to keep you busy. Tomorrow you have a spelling bee.
Yes, Jackie Clay and her team are putting on the Cochise County Spelling Bee. It's at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning at the First Baptist Christian Academy, which is right on South 7th there, 7th and Golf Links. I've done them before. I'm one of the judges. And it's a great event. You want to see some talent, academic talent, come to see that. There's no admission to get in. 10 o'clock to see these students. It's amazing how intelligent. They're saying words I've never heard of. And then, of course, we have the word, so we can look at them. It's kind of a funny story now. I'm going to tell it myself. When I first started doing this, I don't know, 6 years ago, they asked me and said, "Can you be a judge?" So I said, "Yeah." So I showed up a couple hours early, and they gave me my book. You get a book and everything. I was going through it, and I was there for a little bit. And one of Jackie Clay's people came over and said, What are you doing, Sheriff? And I said, "I'm looking at the words to make sure I understand them and know them." She goes, "You don't have to spell them." I go, "Okay, shut the book. Where's the donuts? I'm good. I'm good." But yeah, these words are incredible. These are some smart kids, I tell you. So if you want to treat tomorrow, I got nothing going on, come out and spell. Witness these kids. They come from all over Cochise County, so these are the best of the best for every school in Cochise County.
And keeping the kids' themes going, we got Cars for Kids coming up.
Cars for Kids, yes, it's on track. April 1st at Cal Ranch. This is put on by the Fraternal Order of Police for the Boys and Girls Club, and we're excited about it. We got a lot of things going on. It's going to be a great event. 20 auction items. I mean, this is the first event where people get to bring their cars out and their treasures out of their garage and get them out there and show them off. But so we got a lot of cool things going on. We have a public safety display with fire departments, sheriff, police departments, DPS, you name it. So it's really exciting. April 1st. There's no mission to get into that either. And if you want to register your car, just go to Boys and Girls Club website, and there's a link, and you register your car. It's $25.
So another thing we had going this week is a little bit of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, as well as snow. So what is this weather doing, and how are people supposed to behave when they drive?
Well, where's the good witch to stop it? That's just stop right there. You know, I mean, remember, she stopped it. She saved them. And but I know it's so cold. They said that yesterday. We're down there, and they're like, and I didn't have a jacket on. And they're like, "Sheriff, you freeze?" I said, "I'm froze. I wish you people would talk faster. I'm cold. Let's go." But it's so cold right now. And I was heading to the Super Bowl the other day, another event. I was going to Phoenix the next Wednesday, and it was snowing. That day we had the big snow, and came up a car that rolled over. I mean, it was slippery out there, totally slippery out there. So nasty for what Arizona's know. And so, yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm hoping this was the tail of the winter. They said it'd be a nasty winter. I hope it's a tail. So quit wagging, go away.
Well, let's talk about the jail district. That's still moving forward.
It is. The early ballots will come. This is all mail-in ballot. It'll come out in April, so here in a little over a month. They're going to be coming out, and that is to support our half-cent sales tax for a jail district to build a new jail. Ours is 40 years old. It's time to move on, and this is not a property tax. I hate when people say, "Well, it's going to raise our property." No, it's not a property tax. It's a jail district tax, and half cent. And this is something I always say too: is the consequences of not having a jail. Because we're really worried if this jail is 40 years old. We're really worried if we don't get this passed, what happens then? What are the consequences? And some people say, "Well, I don't care." Well, one of the surveys said in the community that we did, top 3 things was quality of life. If we can't put people that need to be in jail, the baddies of the bad, that's such a word, they need to be locked up. If we don't have the facility to put them in, it erodes that quality of life. So I really respect the community on that. So, yeah, we're asking for your support. And I can say that as a sheriff. I can say that. But we're going to have some community meetings coming up here into March. They're out there already. They're on our Facebook page, and we're going to hit that real hard on the show coming up here in the next couple of weeks. But come on out, ask the questions, and share some time with us, because that's what that's all about. We've done our homework, so we want to share the answers with you.
And it's important with those meetings, and continually you're at meetings doing things, so that is to share information. And one of the things that you're going to be doing today is the Warrior Healing Center. You're going to be doing an interview with them and talking about all the things that go on with the sheriff's office, right? Yeah,
they asked me last week if I'd come in there. Michael Zaire does a podcast for veterans, so I'm going to be there at 8:45 this morning and kick off an interview with them, and being a veteran myself, so I'm excited about that one. I didn't know they did that locally, so he asked me a couple weeks ago. I said, "Yeah, I'll jump right on that," because anytime we have a community media or community podcast, I love to jump on those, because that's who I serve. It's most important. So yeah, I'm excited about that today.
And another one that you have coming up next week is Sunsites. There's a community meeting in Sunsites. And for people who don't know, tell them where Sunsites is.
Sunsites is off 191. It's really, a lot of people, it's a retirement community in most circumstances. Changed a little bit over the years, but they have their annual meeting. And I really enjoy going over there. And it's packed. They cook. I mean, it's just a nice event. So, in fact, they just called me yesterday and said, "You're still coming?" I said, "Yeah, I'll be there." Pending the unexpected. I always tell people. I mean, we had another one in San Simon last night. My team was up there. But based on the visitors, the speaker, And then some other things that derailed me. I never made it up there last night, and I really felt bad about that. But, I mean, trying to get around this county with everything going on, we have been busy lately.
The sheriff's office is going to open up a new center, and that means some more jobs for the community.
It does. We got a grant for $18 million, and that grant allows us to hire, I think it's 36 civilians to work inside this facility, all the way from camera monitors and dispatchers within the center to supervisors, civilian investigators, PIO. This is a central regionalized border operations center that will allow us to bring more attention to the border when it comes to enforcement, education, and awareness. So we're really excited. It's a 5-year contract. So if you're retired military, retired law enforcement, or just looking to get back in the business, let us know, because I think this would be a great opportunity. So we'll get that. Those advertisements are going to be coming out very, very soon. So keep an eye on that. We'll be talking more on the show.
So let's circle back around to what have you got for a border update?
I was out there tonight. And the throat's dry this morning, but I was out there tonight, and it's amazing the pursuits we're seeing. Last Saturday we had a pursuit that they blew the checkpoints. Since checkpoints are back up, they've kind of changed the flow, haven't changed the behavior, but the flow. So, for example, they'll run through the checkpoints at deadly speeds with no headlights on. Now think about being an agent out there. All of a sudden here comes a car that you probably see at the last second or hear it, and then it flies through there. So we're getting a lot of, they're blowing the checkpoints. They put the ATLs out. We actually spotted it Saturday night on this one. Went through the checkpoint over 100 miles an hour. So we spotted it, kicked up to 120 miles an hour. We disengaged, set up interdiction spikes ahead up on I-10, CCSO and the sheriff, our DPS. The car came through there, tried to avoid the spikes at over 100 miles an hour, lost control, and went in the back of a semi. And there was 4 migrants that flew out of the car, and those are tough scenes. And I was out there. In fact, I was going to walk out to go to dinner with my wife, and obviously a call came in. So to go up there and support my deputies and what's going on, I went up there. But it is. And then we're getting spikes every day, which means we're getting interdiction every day on vehicles. I went out there tonight. We had another one blow the checkpoints. We ended up spiking on Dragoon Road, and DPS and Sheriff's Office had one yesterday. In fact, ironically, when the speaker and them were coming, the mayor and I were listening to a chase. Started in New Mexico, up in the open seam up there in New Mexico. The open seam is the area between New Mexico and Arizona state line, where a car came through. New Mexico State Police started it. Came into Arizona. DPS, Sheriff's Office got into it. We spiked it twice. But listen to the deputies, the troopers, and Border Patrol. All of us work so well together. I was so impressed, and I have been. But I'll tell you a story I had. I was coming back Thursday night from Douglas, and it was about 11 o'clock, and I was coming by a business there in Bisbee, and I look up, and there's a fire out front, and about 4 feet wide, 2 feet high, and it's a good fire, and there's spots of fire in the parking lot, and this is a gas station that was closed. So I pulled in there. There's people running around. The one guy's hand on fire. I mean, but these people were not from the area. They had problems with the car. Gas got everywhere, and pretty soon the fire was going everywhere because they were running around throwing gas, and the fire was spreading. So we got the fire out. When I identified the people, they were not kind. I'll just say that. I don't show you ID. This is harassment. One of the girls that was with this group just got charged for some offenses. She was actually down here in a rental car from other areas. This all goes back to bad behavior from outside people coming here and doing crime. So, again, they're up to no good. They had non-current registration on that car, and we're very tough to them. And I'm not saying in an unprofessional way, but we tell them, we will charge you. We will charge you if we catch you. So, in a business, and they're like, listen, you're harassing me. I said, listen, you almost burnt down a business here. So it's not harassment. We didn't call upon you. You came here to do the things you shouldn't be doing. So, again, Bisbee PD and I addressed that.
Well, before you go, let's talk about school bus safety and when to stop for a school bus.
You know, that seems to be that's a good question, Grady, and I appreciate you asking that. And I've had some stops on that. I charge people. If I stop you for going through a stop sign on a school bus, you automatically get a ticket. I mean, you're charged for that. So if the lights turn orange, when the bus is coming up and the lights turn orange, that's your notice to slow down and begin to stop. Some people accelerate. And that's a wrong move because kids, they see the bus, they're coming across. That's your morning. But once that stop sign arm comes out on a bus, you have to stop. The only provision on that, if it's a divided highway separated by pavement or some kind of physical barrier medium, you don't. I would still give you the caution to slow down because you never know what kids are going to do. Kids aren't looking for you. We should be looking for them. So, again, but if it's not a divided, like Highway 92, 4-lane, down there in Palominas area, especially in Hereford, you have to stop whether the bus is on the far side of the road and you're on the other far side because that is not separated highway.
All right. Well, Sheriff Mark Daniels, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Great. Thanks, Carol. Thanks. Everybody have a great week.
And, Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Miss Tammy Jo Wilkins. She will be here to talk about all kinds of stuff, including Tombstone and Cochise County.
First Watch on KWCD Country. It's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Hosted by Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you so much for being here. We have the newly elected Assistant Chief of the Tombstone Vigilantes, Miss Tammy Jo Wilkins.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. So Tombstone Vigilante Days, they're this weekend.
Yes, it's the 75th annual Tombstone Vigilante Days in the streets of Tombstone. We've been performing reenactments since at least 1946.
Wow.
Yes.
Have you been there since 1946?
Yeah, I wish. No, I've only been there for 3 years now. So.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So tell us, what are we going to see when we go to Tombstone Vigilante Days this weekend?
Well, the Vigilantes are the longest continuous reenactment group in the Southwest, and we're going to be performing on the historic Allen Street twice. We do this twice monthly, the second and fourth Sundays of the month, but this weekend we're going to be all day long. We have a couple other reenactment groups coming in. We have the Salt River Reenactment Group, and we have Border Renegades coming. And then we'll have some performances of demonstration. I'm sorry, not enough coffee this morning. Demonstrations of quick draws, and we're going to have a proclamation read to us by the mayor of Tombstone.
And does it go like all weekend? What are the hours? When can people be there?
10 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. at least.
And I hear you're going to have some raffles.
Yes, we're going to raffle off a set of 1851 Captain Schaefer black powder pistols, and then we're going to have a Red Ryder BB gun and a couple of baskets that we put together for the ladies.
So the raffles, like the guns are for like December, so you still have like a long time to get in there.
Yes.
That's when the drawing is.
Mm-hmm.
But do you need to be present to win for the raffles?
Yes, you do. For the BB gun and the ladies' baskets,
Okay.
you do need to be present to win this weekend.
All right, so Tombstone Vigilante Days. Let's talk about what the Tombstone Vigilantes do. I mean, obviously you do the gunfights and the reenactments, but you do this to raise money for some local charities.
Yes, thank you for asking. We are a nonprofit, 501c3, and any money that we raise, we give back to the community. We provide donations to the Tombstone Animal Shelter, the Senior Center, the Food Bank, the Renaissance Program, and then we sponsor events like the Easter egg hunt upcoming, and then Halloween and Santa in the Park.
So that's a whole lot of stuff that you guys get money in for, and then you just get it back out to the Tombstone community.
Yes, it's 100% back to the community.
And there's something that people don't know about, and that I forgot about until we were talking just a moment ago. If you have an event where you want to surprise somebody or make something really memorable, you guys do a certain thing from the Vigilantes for these people. What is that?
We'll perform a hanging. So if you're having like a retirement party, we can show up and perform a hanging of your VIP. Just let us know if you're interested in coordinating anything like that. We bring a cast with us, and we really make it a lot of fun.
And I understand that if you find a vigilante on the streets of Tombstone, you guys know everything about the town.
Yes, we do. We are the ambassadors of Tombstone. We like to promote our local businesses and other local gunfights and the mine tours, just to name a few. There's a lot of fun things to do. It's just not about watching what we do in the street. Lots of great places to eat, lots of great things to see, museums. This weekend, I believe, is the rodeo or the bull riding event. There's a lot going on this weekend.
How many members do you guys have?
70.
70. That's
70
awesome.
members, yes.
That's cool. If somebody wants to become a part of the Vigilantes, can they do that?
Yes, you can reach out to us either on the streets of Tombstone, or you can follow our Facebook page, the Tombstone Vigilantes, and send us a message if you're interested.
All right. Invite everybody out one more time for Tombstone Vigilante Days this weekend.
Hey, everybody, come celebrate the 75 years of reenactments on the streets of Tombstone. And if you come on Saturday, come and have some cake with us after the mayor gives us a proclamation.
Well, Tammy Jo, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you for having us.
And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Deanna Bellinger from NAMI.
KWCD Country, its First Watch, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
It's First Watch now.
Hosted by Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and our next guests from NAMI. Hi, introduce yourself.
Hi. Well, I'm Deanna. I'm a volunteer with the local NAMI chapter.
And I'm Livingston. I'm a past president of the board of the local NAMI chapter and current board member.
Well, the first thing I would like to ask is, what is NAMI? I know it's a nonprofit, but what do you guys do?
Okay. Well, NAMI, it stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and it is the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization that's dedicated to building better lives for the millions of Americans affected by mental illness. And in 1979, the organization was started by two moms who were sitting around a kitchen table providing mutual support as they both had children with mental health struggles. And since then, today now, NAMI has grown to over 600 affiliates nationwide and 48 state organizations that are working to raise awareness, provide mutual support, and mental health education to those of us who may be dealing with a diagnosis or symptoms of mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and other conditions. And NAMI also provides advocacy at the local, state, and national levels for better treatment and access to care. Our local affiliate has served the community since 1998. And we started, actually, I'm a founder, we actually started as a support group back then.
Wow.
And then we started holding informational meetings and realizing there was a lot of interest in support and learning more about mental health, from community members. So we formed a chapter and we incorporated in 2003 and became a 501c3 in 2004. And we offer a number of different programs and resources at no charge to the community. And we are in the process of revitalizing some of our programs, and we are really excited to share the news that we just opened a new resource center, and it's located at 4032 East La Linda Way, the corner of La Linda Way and Frontage Road, and we're still getting settled in there, but we have a mental health library with over 1,200 resources, and it's a place where people can come together for support, information, and if people want to just give us a call and set a time to come in and have coffee and chat and learn more, we welcome them, and we always welcome volunteers.
So if somebody wants to take advantage of your services, maybe they don't know if they have a mental health issue or if they just need to talk to somebody, how do they get a hold of you to be able to do that?
Right. So we do have a website. It's www.namiseaz for Southeastern Arizona.org, or they can call our affiliate number 520-459-3228.
And NAMI has an event coming up that you want to let everyone know about as well.
That's correct. Grady, we have a fundraising event. NAMI, especially the local chapter here, as Deanna mentioned, is a grassroots organization. We're self-supporting, and we don't receive federal grants or government grants or grants from philanthropic organizations. We basically raise our own money, and we have two major fundraisers. Many people are familiar, many of the listeners are probably familiar with the bike ride that we do in October on the first Saturday of the month of October. But we also have another fundraiser called the March for Mental Health, which we're having this year, not in March, in May, on May 20th, at the Discovery Garden at the University of Arizona campus here next to Cochise College. And that will be an effort on our part to try to bring community awareness to mental health issues and so on and so forth. But it's also going to be kind of a big party too. We'll have entertainment, we'll have food, we'll have raffles, and it'll be a lot of fun. Registration is free. We will have shortly. We will have ability to register online for that event, and we would like people to form teams, and compete against each other for marching, or you can compete against each other for fundraising. It'd be great. So yeah, we invite everybody to come out and join us on May 20th, and look forward to seeing everybody.
And we'll keep reminding people as we get closer to that on the radio. You'll hear more about it and when to register and where to go at that time. So that's going to be a cool event. Other than, supporting your events, which is awesome, how else can the community help NAMI?
Well, they can become a member. They can join NAMI, and their membership goes toward supporting the programs that we are able to offer to the communities that we serve. And they can join by either contacting our local office or going to our website or to NAMI.org, and where there's the option to join, they would just locate their local NAMI affiliate, NAMI Southeastern Arizona, not to be confused with NAMI Southern Arizona. And we have a resource center, as I mentioned, and so we have various projects for volunteers to assist with. They can help with our outreach efforts. They can help lead support groups or teach mental health education programs that we offer. And there's special training at no cost that's provided. And we like to find out what people's interests are and how they would like to be involved, and it's easy to find a niche. I wanted to also give credit to the Legacy Foundation of Southeast Arizona. They are a philanthropic organization that has supported us along the way, and they helped make our new resource center possible. After 12 years of not having an office or a program, a center to engage the community.
All right, Deanna, before you go, let's give out your contact information one more time for NAMI.
Okay. That is phone number 520-459-3228. And the email is info@NAMISEAZ, NAMISEAZ.org.
Well, Livingston, Indiana, we thank you for coming and talking to us today. First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch with the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Hosted by Cochise County Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
Join us again next Friday morning, 7 to 8 a.m.
First Watch.
What you need to know from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Only on 92.3 KW.